Welcome all of you. Welcome to another video of Maths Made Easy. Now in this video we are going to take up simple interest. Okay. Now some of you might not find simple interest in your textbook, but it is there in all 7 standard textbooks. Whether you are in CBSE or in ICSE, it is going to be there. Okay, so if you are not getting the chapter simple interest in your textbook, please look for percentage and its application. Somewhere it is given as direct simple interest, somewhere it is given inside the percentage chapter as percentage and its applications. So you have to see there. So percentage and its applications has profit and loss, then it has simple interest, and then it has questions on only percentage. So we are going to take up simple interest today. I have made videos on percentage before this, so today it is going to be only simple interest. I am going to take, please see the video from the beginning to the end. Now why I am telling this to see the video from the beginning to the end is because I do start with some simple questions, but then towards the end you will see I shall be taking up the questions which are generally asked for more number of marks in the exam, the tougher ones in this chapter. Okay, otherwise in the complete video I have tried to cover every type of question that can be possibly asked in this chapter. Okay, so I think I'll be able to cover all the types. So just keep noting down the types, because I'm going to take one example each of every type that can be asked. Okay, so then let us start. Now let me first take up and let me first explain what exactly simple interest is. Now supposing you have about, let's say you have 1000 rupees with you. Okay, you have 1000 rupees with you. Okay, now you have this extra, you don't need it, you want to keep it in the bank. Okay, you keep this in the bank. When you keep it in the bank, now you can afford to keep it in the bank for, let's say, 2 years. Okay, so this money becomes the principal amount, P for principal. Okay, this is the principal amount. Now the bank says, now it is the bank who is going to decide what rate of interest it is going to give you. So the bank says we can provide a rate of interest of, let's say, 10%, just to keep it simple. And you say I can keep the money for a period of 2 years of time. I can keep the money for a period of 2 years of time. So your money is 1000, which is the principal, the R is the rate, and T is the time for which you plan to keep your money. Okay, now since you are keeping the money with the bank for let's say you are keeping it for 2 years, so of course you are getting safety, and on the other hand the bank is using your money for different purposes. It is using your money to give loan to other people, okay, all sorts of loans and all sorts of other businesses. So this money is being used by the bank. So what the bank does is it gives you some interest, okay, out of the money it makes by giving loan and all, it gives you some interest. That is okay. Now that is your interest. That is what we call, right now we are calling it simple interest. Why simple interest? You will see. Now if it is 10%, means, it simply means, let's say we are keeping it in 2024 January, okay, January 24, okay, we are keeping it. Then how much money will it give you for 1 year? It is going to give you 10% of 1000, okay, that makes 100 rupees. So at the end of the year you are going to get 100 rupees as your interest. Now you are saying, okay, I don't want to withdraw my money, I want to keep it for another year. So you keep it for another year, and the second year also the bank gives you 10% of 1000. Okay, so when you are getting 10% of 1000 for 2 consecutive years, you are finally getting an interest of 200 years. That is at the end of, this is January 2024 you keep your money, and January 2026 you withdraw your money. So at that time you get a 200 rupees as interest. Now what is the amount? Amount is the money that the bank returns to you when you withdraw the money. So amount is going to be 1000 plus your interest that you have got, that is this. So amount is always going to be your principal plus the simple interest. Okay, so this is what we are going to do throughout the chapter. Now see, we have a simple formula for this. Formula is, if supposing you want to find the simple interest, when the principal is P, the rate is R and the time is T, and so this is your formula. Simple interest is P into R into T by 100. That is your interest that you get at the end of whatever time period you have kept. Okay, what is amount? Amount is principal plus simple interest. Okay, so these are the two formulae that we are going to use. Remember, when we use this formula, we take principal is taken in, this is taken in rupees. Okay, this is taken in rupees. This rate is taken in percentage per annum. Annum means what? Per year 10%. That is only if you keep the money for the full year, you get 10% or whatever percent the bank has decided. This time is taken in years. Okay, and here this is also rupees, this is also rupees, this is also rupees. So time will be taken in years, not months or anything. Rate will be taken as percentage and per annum, and principal will be taken in rupees. So that is how we have to do the sums. Let's take a few simple questions so you start getting an idea of what this chapter is all about. So here is a question: if 3500 rupees is given at 7% simple interest, find the interest at the end of 2 years. Okay, so at the end of 2 years, how much of interest you are getting? Be very careful what they are asking for. They are asking for the interest. So let us start with the formula. Okay, so P into R into T by 100, which is equal to, P is 3500, R is 7. Okay, note, always check this whether it is per annum or not, and then time is 2 by 100. Okay, simple calculation here. I want to tell all of you, please don't multiply and then divide. Try as much of cancellation as possible. So 35 into 14, or I should not do 35 into 14, I should do 35 into 2 into 7. Okay, that is how much? 70 into 7, that is a 490. So 490 rupees is the, so simple interest is going to be, always write units in this chapter, rupees 490. Okay, so rupees 490 becomes the simple interest that is received at the end of 2 years. Okay, simple interest on rupees this at 6% per annum for 3 years. Okay, so here this is again a very similar type of question. The best part, the most important part is to understand what is P, what is R, what is T. If you have understood that, most of the job is done. So this is 6%. So simple interest is P into R into T by 100. Okay, that makes it 1500 into 3 into, this is 3 is time into 6 by 100. Okay, that makes it, cut this, so this is 15 into 6 is a 90. So there is a 90 into, this is, so 15 into 6 is a 90 into 3. Okay, that is a 270. So simple interest is a 270 rupees. Simple interest is equal to rupees 270. So we have got our answer. Now the question says, there is one extra part in the question. The question says find the amount. So the amount is going to be 1500 plus 270, that is going to be rupees 1770. Okay, always note what the question is asking. So this was the difference between this question and the previous question. The previous question had asked only for the simple interest. This question asked for the amount as well. Here is a question: if rupees 9600 is invested for 2 years 4 months and 7.5% per annum. Now this is where you start facing the problem. I know if you are losing marks in simple interest, it is because of these sums. Okay, so here the time also has come in a fraction kind of thing. The rate is also in a fraction. So your p value is a 9600, and what would you write for the time value? Okay, what would you write for time now? Now time is 2 4 by 12. Can I write that? 4 by 12, because 4 months out of 12 months. So that is 2 1/3 year, because we have to finally get everything in years. Okay, and the rate is going to be 7.5 means 15 by 2%. So I have got everything in a calculable condition. Okay. So if it is 2 1/3, then I can make it a 6 and 7 by 3. 7 by 3 years I can make it. Yes. So it is, now everything I have brought down to a condition where it can be calculated. Now simple interest is equal to P 9600 into 7 by 3 into 15 by 2. Okay, now where to write what? So denominator was already 100. So this denominator can be written here also, because if you are multiplying with a fraction, this 3 is going to go to the denominator. So this is the thing. Okay. So now how much will we get? Cancel the zeros with this 2, get here 148. Okay. This makes it a 16. So how much is the answer then? 16 into 105. Okay, that makes it 1680. So you get a simple interest of 1680. Now what have they asked for? They have asked for find the amount. So amount is going to be principal, that is 9600 plus 1680. Try to do your sum with minimum rough work. So here 8, this is 12 11280 rupees. So your amount value is 11280. Okay. So in this question we have on a certain sum of interest paid after 3 years. So our time is 3, rupees 450. This becomes our simple interest, which is 450 rupees, and the rate is clearly 5% per annum. You must check this word also. Find the sum. Now note one thing, this word sum is going to be used for amount, is going to be used for principal, is going to be used for simple interest as well, depending on the question. So you have to read the question several times and understand what this sum is. Okay, so in this question they are asking a certain sum. Okay, on a certain sum means that is the principal amount. So what can we do? Let us write this formula. Simple interest is P into R into T by 100. Okay, so now what will we do? We know this, we have to find P. So what we'll do, we'll keep P just to one side and shift everything else to the other side. Now in your textbook you'll find many different formula. There is no requirement to learn it. Textbook will give one for P, one for R, one for T. It's not required. You just know this, make the rest as a linear equation in the exam. Now I'm going to substitute everything with values. So simple interest is rupees 450 into 100, and this is 5 and this is 3. Okay. Okay, now this 5 is 30, so I get a 3000 rupees as the principal amount. Okay, I get a 3000, hence the required sum. Okay, so P is rupees 3000. Okay, that is the P. Now here is our next question. Find the time in which, so note this word, okay, time in which the simple interest on rupees this, so this becomes the principal 12900. Rate clearly is a 8 1/3. So let me convert it to 25 by 3. I have converted it to an improper fraction, and the simple interest will be, so interest is equal to 3225. Now we are going to find the time for this sum. So what we are going to do, simple interest P into R into T by 100, regular formula. Keep the T to one side, take everything to the other side. Okay, so whatever we want to find, we will keep that to one side. The previous sum we had kept P to one side. Now I shall be substituting these all. So simple interest is 3225 into 100 by P is how much? P is a 12900 into 25 by 3. When you divide by 25 by 3, the 3 goes up. So here you get a 25. Okay. So how do we calculate it now? Now we are going to note this 25. Any number which ends in a 25 will go by 25. So straight cancel with a 25. If I cancel here, I get a 72. Okay, 72 means 25 goes there 2 times, and then 72 minus 50. Okay, that is 22. 225, right? So 22 is left, 225, that gives me 25 goes 9 times in 225. Okay, now here cancel these two zeros. Okay, this 3 can cancel with this 43. Now if you note here these two numbers, you have to be very alert about these things. It is clearly a 3 times. 40 into 3 is 120. So go for straight direct cancellation. So how much is the time you are getting? So we are clearly getting time is equal to 3 years, isn't it? So the time taken, our answer is 3 years. The time taken to get this interest from this amount of money, okay, at this rate is 3 years. So this is our next question, which says at what rate percent per annum will the simple interest on rupees 5650, when they have told on rupees this, be rupees this, so the interest is 1695. So on reading the question, we have to understand what they are trying to say. Principal is 5650. Another thing, always see to it that your principal is greater than the interest value. In most cases it will be so. Okay, and then the time is 2 years and 6 months means again half a year. Okay, that makes it 2.5 years, which is 5 by 2 years. Okay, so do this and keep it ready. What are they asking for? They are asking for the rate. If they are asking for the rate, let me again write the formula. P into R into T by 100. Keep R to one side, shift everything else to the other side. Okay, P and T. So this time I have kept R this side. So here if I take the R to this side, SI is going to be 1695 into 100. Okay, here P is 5650 into time is 5, here 2 goes up because I am dividing with a 5 by 2. Now before I start with the calculation, I'll just cancel with this. Now I can cancel this with a 5, but I'll just check one thing because I am having some doubts. 565, and so you have to be very alert about this. 565 into 3, I'll tell you why I'm taking 3 also. 15, this is 9, and then it is a 1. Yes, so my guess was right. 1695 is 3 times this full thing, 565. So I'll just cancel it like this. Now why did I take 3 only? Because I saw it ending in 5 and here it is ending in 5. So 5 into 3 will give me a 15. That is why I checked with a 3 and not any other number. Okay, so now see, my calculation has become really small. Now cut this. Okay, how much does it come to? It comes to a 12. So it comes to a 12%. Okay, it comes to a 12%. So this is the rate that at which the money is going to become from 5,650 is going to give from 5,650, it's going to give you an interest of 1695 in just 2.5 years. Okay, so what are the different sums we did? We did finding P, we did finding T, we did finding R also. Okay, so if you note, my last 3 sums were, in one I found the principal, before that I found the amount, I found the simple interest, then found the principal, then found the time, then found the rate when all the other things are given. Okay, so now this is a question, an amount of money invested. They are not telling you the amount of money that has been invested, just an amount. Tripled in 6 years. Means if you have kept 100 rupees in the bank, it has become a 300 rupees in a time period of 6 years. Find the rate of interest earned. So they are asking at what rate of interest can this happen. Okay, so let me just take, let the amount be, please write short forms because don't waste too much of time in statements. Statements don't carry any marks, hardly any marks, they will give you half a mark. So amount be, no long statements. Statements should be short with all abbreviations possible. Let the amount be P. Okay, the amount is always P. And then the invested amount, I'll make it the invested amount. Okay, then the amount. Now this amount is the amount I'm talking, is the interest plus the principal thing, what you get back from the bank at the end of your term. So this is 3P. Then how much is the, therefore simple interest is how much? If P has become 3P, amount minus the invested money will be the principal, because amount was always P plus I, right? So following this, if I want to get this, I will write A minus P is I. This is exactly what I am doing here. Okay, so this is 2P, done. Now I am going to substitute everything in the formula. I know that time is 6 years. So simple interest is P into R into T by 100. This is one formula and you do all the sums with the help of this only. Please don't make an effort to learn other formulae. It's only confusion then. Now simple interest is how much? 2P. Now see, I told not always is the principal greater than the interest. There can be cases where the simple interest is only greater than the principal, like in this case, P into R. R is, we don't know, we are trying to find, and time is a 6 years, and here is 100. So note one thing, you can do these sums very easily provided you have some slight knowledge of linear equations, which is taught in 7th standard also. So here these two other, like x and x, we can cancel it out. Remember, any equation should have only one unknown variable. If it is one equation, you should have only one unknown to get its value. If you have two unknown variables, you will not be able to get the value of any one of them. So here we are left with one variable, P is gone. Okay, so now we'll keep R to this side, 2 into 100 by the 6. Yeah, so this is 3. So how much is the rate coming to? So 100 divided by 3, the rate comes to, the rate is, if I divide 100 by 3, 3, 9, 1, 0, 3, 9 and 1. So it is 33 1/3%. Okay, so it comes to 33 1/3%, of course, per annum. Okay, so it's better to write even per annum also, per annum. Okay, So 33 and 1/3% per annum. A sum of money. Now I forgot to tell you one thing. The previous question was where we saw that the money tripled itself. The very same thing can happen for doubling also. Okay, so a sum of money doubles itself in so many years. In that case, you take P in the place of, okay, you take P in the place of principal and another P in the place of interest, and both the P's cancel. Okay, now let's come to this sum. The sum of money rupees 6,000 amounts to this. So this is the amount, this is the principal. So we have to read the question and understand, and time is 3 years. What will it amount to if the rate of interest is increased by 2%? Okay, so now first thing, this sum is actually in two parts. This is one part. First statement makes one part. Let us go through the first part. Time is 3, P is 6,000. Okay, interest is how much? Because it has amounted to this, it is clearly a 900 rupees. Then how much is my sum of money amounts to this? Then how much is my, we know time, we know principal, we don't know the rate. Okay, what will it amount to if the rate of interest is increased by 2%? So the rate, what will the rate going to be? Let us first find the rate. So rate is equal to SI into 100 by P into T. Now SI is how much? 900 into 100, okay, by P is 6,000, that's an easy calculation I can see, and T is 3. Okay, so now this one we can cancel the zeros first, then the 3 here, then the 3 makes a 20 here, and then this makes a 5. So at the moment rate is 5% per annum. Okay, but then the second part of the question says if the rate is increased by 2%. If the rate is increased by 2% means, now let me draw the new picture. Okay, time is 3 years only. Principal will also not change, that is going to be 6,000. Okay, interest we are going to find out. Okay, and rate is going to be a 7% this time, and so what is going to be the interest? Interest is going to be 6,000 into, okay, 7 into 3 by 100. Okay, so 6,000 into 7 into 3 by 100, how much does it give you? Okay, so that is 2160 into 21, that gives 1260 is the interest. Then how much is the amount? How much will it amount to in a time period of 3 years? So amount is going to be 6,000 principal plus 1260, 7260, yes, rupees 7260. Okay, so it comes to 7,260. That is going to be the amount if you keep the money at 7% per annum for a time period of 3 years. Okay, so what is the idea of doing this question? From the first part we get the rate, then we increase it by 2%, then we get the interest, and then get the amount of the second case. Okay, so the principal remains the same and the time remains the same. Okay, so that is it that we have in simple interest. After all this, after you see the video, if you are still coming across any doubts, please write it in the comment box, and I'll try to make another video and solve all your doubts. Okay, so I've tried to take all the different types of simple interest questions here. Every type that can be asked with fractions in rate, with fractions in time, everywhere. Okay, so let's meet in another video. In my next video I shall be taking up perimeter and area. Okay, so that's going to be another very interesting video, and all my videos, if you watch, you will always note that you are getting all the different types of sums in that chapter. My videos are always made like that, that you get the explanations of each and every type. Okay, so that's it for today. If you have liked the video, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks then. Bye all of you.